So I ask everybody here today, what is normal? Are we normal? Some would say not, well, because of our faith, because of why we're all here. But of course, to us, we've come home, haven't we? We're all with like-minded people. But yet there's some people who still can't accept what we accept, and perhaps they never will. But that's what I love about our movement. There is no creed, dogma. We welcome everybody because we are all God's children. We are spirit within. So it's just about us finding that spirit, isn't it? And it's very sad for us, knowing what we know and the proof that we've been given, that some people will return home not knowing. But that's personal choice, isn't it? Personal responsibility. So we welcome them. And that's what I love about what we do. The communicators, people coming in and searching for something more. Perhaps their soul has been talking to them. Perhaps they've been called and they don't know why. Without going too personal, that reading was very apt. And I've suffered from that in my life. I was a happy chap when I was younger, used to live in a lot of imagination. And then I had to hit the thing we call the workplace. And that's when my personality changed. I met people who I couldn't get on with. They were rude. They were belittling. And this was normal life. And you know, I wasn't a spiritualist back then, but even back then, my soul nudged me. It's almost as though we still had to do better. And one day someone said, Spence, you always see the good in others. You don't get a lot of that here. And perhaps that then shows you that perhaps we are different. Perhaps within us, we want to reach out. We want to touch people. And I believe that's why we're here today. That's our purpose, isn't it? Is to see through, because we're all flawed. And we reflect on how flawed we are. But I believe our purpose and what we're all here today is to see through that and work around it. Because people may be flawed due to their upbringings, personal circumstances. And of course, they don't know how to react or accept love or kindness. So that's what I love, that we can oversee that and we can work around things to think we won't bring that up. And let's focus on the positives. Because we all have those positives, don't we? We all have something within us, that desire, that passion. And it may not be to be anybody great. It might not be to be the next president or in Congress. It may just be in being happy, being content with what we have. And that's very hard in this day and age, isn't it? Is to be content with what we have. But isn't it lovely that when we all link here today, we all feel that? We all feel that sense of peace and that sense that the spirit world is with us. And as the service develops today, it's lovely how it all plays, isn't it? Like a storybook from start to finish. And it's beautiful that we can link in not only with our communicators, but with each other. And suddenly we realise what life's about. And it's about being comfortable who we are and where we are. And it's beautiful, isn't it, that for that story, that girl found nature. But there's always someone in our lives, isn't there, who is there to listen and not judge. But I am reminded today, someone may be in the congregation saying, well, what about me? I have no one, I am on my own. So I have to put it into that context to say, you're not. And I hope you've been enlightened with the love of those in the spirit world. And I hope your soul has sometimes found those moments where you can be brave, and there is more to life than just staying indoors. Starting to find your spark. And this may be through personal circumstances and loss. But isn't it lovely that we have these centres and churches all around the world where we can come together and make friends? And I believe we do make friends rather than acquaintances, because we all have one thing in common: the love of the spirit world. For some of us, it's important, isn't it, that we have that connection with our loved ones. And for others, for me, because I'm blessed that I don't have many in the world of spirit, that I have my spirit team who are always there, who come to me when I least expect it. Sometimes they're quiet and I may be busy being me. And then in that moment of quietness, I welcome them. Oh, here you are. Where have you been? And that's because I'm in my peaceful place. And they can just come and say hello. Yes, I would like more. What have you come for? What's going on? But sometimes it's just purely to say we're here. And that brings comfort to us, doesn't it? That's something we can't deny. I perhaps feel bad. I haven't thought about them all day, but I'm juggling, as Sharon said at the start. But there they are in my time of quietness. Just that gentle touch on my face. And it's beautiful. And I hope you all experience that. And I hope that anybody who is grieving and who is on their own finds that strength to step out and once again be the light that you deserve to be. Listening to others, chatting, bringing your knowledge to others. And we thank everybody who is there to help. As a lot of us don't pick up the phone, do we? We try and deal with it by ourselves. But rest assured, there are people out there who just want to be there to help, to lend an ear and not to judge. So I hope that you find these people, because we're not there to push, we're there to receive, only when you're ready. So going back to the reading today, wasn't it beautiful that she could talk to the forest and they let her breathe? And how nature truly is amazing still. Yes, there'll be scientists here today who tell me that is just life, evolution. But I'm still fascinated by how a seed grows into something beautiful. Only this morning I was told off because we finished the loopings for the year. And I said, did you thank them for their beauty? No, that's weird, my wife said. Have you? I said, of course. And we chuckled. And then it was lovely to be told that they'll then flower next year. So I said, have a nice sleep, sleep well. And she said, you weirdo. But that's the camaraderie that we have. But isn't it beautiful? She knows deep down that that all goes on. And they do listen to us. And what beauty they bring us, as long as we give them a little bit of water, how they make us feel. Perhaps some people just have house plants, but as we know, house plants bring so much in happiness. They bring their own sunshine through what they give off. So we really celebrate nature today and how it makes us feel. And perhaps for some of you who don't get out into nature very much, how special it is when you come across some trees or a clearing and you see nature at its best. And for all of us, Most of us are drawn to water, aren't we? Because we're made of water in one way or another. And isn't it beautiful how water can make us feel? And how perhaps you have a question like me, how it just continues to run and run when we're not there, when we're there, when we're paddling, and after we've gone. And how peaceful it is when you come across it early in the morning or at night. So today is about being who we want to be. And that's so hard in this world of ours at the moment, isn't it? And some of us don't achieve it, but isn't it lovely that we have that option to go where we're comfortable? And we have that option now to say, I'm going here because I enjoy and it brings me peace. And isn't it lovely that peace from what we do here today is all around us? As soon as we join, hopefully, along with me, you feel that sense of peace, almost that sense of excitement too, that we are connecting with this world which is next to us. And isn't it lovely that one day in our hearts we will be joining back home? Not too soon, I know we all say, but isn't it lovely that we know we'll be going to a place that unites us with our loved ones, with our animal kingdom? And isn't it great that we'll see people again who went over, who are unwell, and they're perfectly well. And the children who come into the world, perhaps to teach us and show us life, that they're healed once more. And we do reflect, don't we, today on our children who go before us. And it's hard for us to believe that they come for a reason, because our earthly bodies don't see it like that. But we want to praise them and thank them today for coming and teaching us about humanity. And I'm sure where you are and in the UK, some of these children, bless them, you can't comprehend what they go through. So we just send our love to them. But of course, as we send that, they're here saying, I'm fine. I'm with Grandad, Granny, brothers, sisters. They're doing cartwheels. But I just felt inspired to thank them for what they do for us. And also I want to leave today, if you've never seen a film called Soul, it really sums up the spirit world. And it's beautifully done. It's very childlike, but they try and escape and jump down when they shouldn't. And they then have to live life, but all the time they're on this wanted list because they've escaped heaven. And it's beautifully done. And it's just as I imagine us, as pools of energy. And it's a beautiful film. So what we take from today is, we take that we are stronger than we think. And there's always people out there. So I ask you all today to feel the fear and do it anyway. What's the worst can happen? As I'm always told, you're not going to die. No, dear, I'm not. One day I will die, but that's feeling the fear and doing it anyway, isn't it? What's the worst can happen? The worst can happen is that we grow stronger because we've stepped out of our comfort zone and we've achieved. So let's congratulate each and every one of us today for our achievements in life and for what we bring to others with love. Thank you.